After a rocky start, where the game took a few hours to appear in Steam after the scheduled release, an online mode that has never been online, an immediate patch to fix missing content, and 4 feedback issues, we finally try Assetto Corsa Evo. Our first impression is buggy, but promising. I mean, it looks more like an alpha version rather than an early access version, but still, for a piece of code that is still in development, it's quite impressive. And the price of around $30-something with a 30% of discount until the 31st of January, well, it's not that bad if they deliver all that they are promised without charging any more money. So, about content, it comes with 20 cars in a combination of road and a race car. There are no single seaters, by the way. We knew that it was not going to be single seaters. I think that the jewels are the Mazda MX-5 that you can use to start like racing, the Porsche 911 GT3, and the Ferrari 488 Challenge Evo. There are only 5 tracks, but Brand Hatch and Suzuka have different layouts. So in the end, you have like 8 tracks. That also includes Imola, Bad Rust, and Laguna Seca. So you're gonna have fun. We can also say that it's much graphic intensive than Assetto Corsa and Assetto Corsa Competizione because, well, it's a new software. Graphics, they are much better than Assetto Corsa, but they are, in my opinion, not very different than the graphics in Assetto Corsa Competizione. I have a humble RTX 3060 with a massive ultra-wide monitor that probably I shouldn't have had with that GPU. And in other games, I can have decent frame rate even without too much sacrifice. But in Assetto Corsa Evo, I'm really paying the toll to get just below 60 frames per second. I also did some testing with a more decent RTX 4090 in Alienware M18. Obviously with a smaller displays, and I can improvise significantly the frame rate. But to be honest, I'm not impressed with the quality of the graphics. It's an improvement from Assetto Corsa, but I don't think it's still worth the price and performance that I'm paying. I think that the part that I'm enjoying the most is the physics. The physics are great. I love the cars to handle. I'm not sure if it's maybe too grippy, but I like to be able to control the car without too much fuss. And as I said, this is probably my favorite part of the game. Also, camera views, regular like any other sims, cockpit, bumper, top, and chase. As we knew, in the roadmap of the game, multiplayer is not yet supported, and the only way to play is as a single player. It is okay, but to be honest, it's very basic. There is only practice and quick races. There is no weekend, no time trial, no track day. For races, AI is okayish. It's not very different from Assetto Corsa Competizione. Nothing special, but at least it's not as painful and bad as in Gran Turismo 7, but it's still bad. They do stupid things and sometimes they are very slow, even for me. Also, the AI is very inconsistent. I feel that sometimes with slower cars and tracks like Brand Hatch, the AI, they are very slow and they stink. But they are much faster in GT3 cars and tracks like Imola. So the AI is not very consistent. You can also configure different weather. You have clear, cloudy, light rain, and heavy rain, among some other. Dynamic weather is said that is supported, but I couldn't test it because I couldn't do it. Some YouTubers, they mentioned that they were able to test the transition from dry to wet and wet to dry. We couldn't do it. We couldn't find how to do it, so we think that it doesn't work. The weather is very basic, and it's not possible to change track temperature and other parameters, so there is not much that you can do. I think that the worst part is that when you enable rain, it takes a big toll of the performance. I guess like around 15 to 20% in frame per second reduction just by enable the rain. I couldn't even know if there is any visible gain because it's difficult to spot the puddles the dry lines. So I don't know if it's really worth the rain and the performance that you are paying for enable it. Something interesting is that you have a time multiplier, so you can try, for example, the transition from night to day, sunrise, or day to night, and it's really cool. Although I don't know if it really changed the track temperature or it has any impact in the driving. Replays are super basics. Graphics are like okayish, nothing impressive. In fact, I think they are quite the opposite. Same as telemetry is almost non-existent. Besides some basic timing on your lap, there is nothing that you can see to get some information, how to improve, how your laps compare between one another, what are your times compared with the IA. So like telemetry is super basic. So in summary, if you want a polished game, a lot of content, ready to play with no bug, Assetto Corsa Evo Early Access is not for you. Better wait for the final version of the game later because you are going to be really disappointed. I think that in fact that Kuno Simulation took a good decision in marking this game as early access, so they can release the game, getting some feedback, but setting up a lower expectation for us to avoid any backlash, like for example Gran Turismo 7 or Forza Motorsport. But if you are okay with a product that is still in development, you are comfortable with sometimes things not working the way it should, and you want to experience how a game grows and improve, yeah, I think like Assetto Corsa Evo is for you. So we hope that this quick review is useful for you, and don't forget, like this video and subscribe, and thank you very much.